Hello Yeeps, it's me Derpy Guy, and today I'm going to show you how you can use terrain in Yeeps 2.0. So yeah, the new Yeeps 2.0 update came with some new terrain items where you can walk outside the map like so. And yeah, let me just switch my camera. And yeah, you can just walk outside the map. So yeah. Today I'm going to be showing you some things that you can use with this new feature. For starters, take this item, the terrain randomizer. This will take any type of terrain you want, and it'll shape and it'll RNG it into a landscape. For example, if I wanted hills, then it'll turn into hills. Or say I want it as like a city, it'll be turned into a city. And yeah, you can also make a super flat map to reset it, or super tall to raise everything really high. Or of course, you can experiment with other things like plains, mountains, and tons of others, which are pretty cool. And look at that, there's some snow up there, nice. So anyway, I'm gonna reset the terrain real quick, so I can show you some of the more of the cool stuff that to offer. So first off, let's talk about basic terraforming. So basic terraforming is just like the terrain randomizer, but you can also customize it to your liking. For example, take this item, the terrain shaper. The terrain shaper is simple, so I can put it on my hand, and you should see a small little ray coming out of it. You probably don't see it on the camera, but I do. And when you hover over a piece of terrain, it kind of curves a bit. So what you're going to want to do, aim at the piece of terrain you want to customize, and then you can either raise it or lower it, depending on if you pull up or down. And you also need to be holding the trigger, cause like, this won't work, but holding the trigger will activate shaping mode. And it's not a toggle, it's a switch. So yeah. Oh, dang. You can also do things like raising it really high, or you can set it back to ground level. Or you can create some cool patterns, or you can just randomly shape them to create some things like this. And to reset them, you just click it and drag down. That's how that works. Now let's talk about custom. Now let's talk about custom terrain objects. So terrain objects come in many shapes and sizes. For example, this like brick of wood. So now it's a part of my terrain. You can place it outside the map, but if you do try to place it inside the map, then it just ain't gonna work. You have to place it outside the map. So yeah, that's how custom terrain works. Now let's talk about prefabbed terraforming. So prefab terraforming, you basically just grab the type you want. For example, a tree, a bush, a log, or many others, like this moss tree and some more moss trees. Or you can use these, which we'll talk about later. For example, let's start off with a tree. You just place it down, and it's a preformed area of your terraformation. And they also appear during a random terraformation, but yeah. Where's the fun in that when you can just place them down yourself? And you can also place down bushes, logs, or even these things. So yeah. Let's talk about these things, shall we? So let's say you've terraformed a bit of area, like for example, but you want it a different color. Well, for that, you can just always use paint. But that doesn't look really good. And it also just smooths it out really, really good, which I don't want. So, what do these things do? Well, if I just try to paint it the same color, the grass, then it just ain't gonna work. That's where this thing comes into play. So, it works like any other paintbrush, but if you paint anything with it, it'll turn back into land. So let me oh my god. Okay, let me just lower all this. So yeah, you can also do it with actual terrain, like you can make sand, moss, or you can just keep it normal. It's your call if it's your world. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. And just a quick side note, you cannot use the terrain shapers inside this hub area. For example, if I try it, nothing working. So yeah. So yeah, that's the quick note I wanted to tell you. So yeah, that is it for today's video. But sadly, there's nothing in facility violence. Shame.
Is that Hot Fuzz reference?